Welcome to the Exit 333 podcast, coming to you from Plymouth White Marsh High School, where Kevin and the crew talk about anything they feel like.
We are back from a 41-day hiatus, and I know I was supposed to do this one in the early part of March, but I think we're 3 weeks exactly to when this was supposed to happen on March 3rd, and now we're here on March 24th with Miss Hoffman, who is a 9th grade English teacher, but my film teacher in my senior year here now, and likes movies and is kind of loud, so it's good for this podcast setting and likes to talk. So welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. I guess you were running out of options for who to have as a guest, but
and our supporting cast today is Brielle, like always, and Caleb joining us this time. So welcome back, Caleb. It's been a little bit since you've joined the Exit 333 podcast.
Yep, I'm here, and of course, as always, I have notes. So
which is known to be
a student that has notes. I don't know of such a thing.
Crazy.
We are willingly creating notes.
My goodness.
So, little first thing I was getting into, different teachers. I pick different teachers, and I pick them, but more like he'll say, well, do you want to come on the podcast or what? And the weird thing with Miss Hoffman is more or less most people know her from being like their 9th grade English teacher. Yeah. I never had her until my second semester of 12th grade, but I knew her fairly well from being across the hall from Miss Downer, and know Miss Downer well, who will be on one of these in the coming weeks. And the first time I really talked to her for a long period of time was at a movie theater. And it's ironic, from the class that I'm taking a film class, and I saw her in a movie theater. We were going to see Zootopia 2 and the movies in Norristown, Regal, Plymouth Meeting, wherever that is. And we went and saw that, and I'm sitting there. There was no one in this theater, really. It's just me, my mom, my sister, and a couple people in the row back. I had no idea who they were. And at the end of the movie, I hear a voice that I know, that I recognize fairly well as Hoffman's voice. I think she was yelling at her son and his friend for running around the theater. And I remember Mom and Lori go out to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm going to go and see, and I try to talk to her and say hi. And I come up to her, I'm like, Miss Hoffman. And she's like, hi. Looking at,
I'm used to getting asked for autographs in public,
but more or less, I'm not a student that she has right now. So we just ended up talking, and then we can hear her walking down the hallway very loudly through the hallway talking about the movie, which was good.
I love that you said, I knew that voice. You may not know me, but I know your voice.
Your voice is very recognizable. Both of you had her as a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I had her first semester freshman year.
Same here.
And nightmares ever since, right?
No.
No, I think you're one of the well-liked teachers in the building, which is good.
That was... I liked that English class. That was... Some of the people, not so much, but it was a pretty enjoyable class for the most part.
Good deal. Thank you. You don't have to say that. I mean, your grade is locked in, so I can't go back and change your transcript.
Honest.
No, I appreciate that.
Well, I'm going to start with what I was talking about in the hallway on the way down here, and it's kind of looped in this whole conversation, is movies. And I was talking about Star Wars, because in her room, and I know you know my stance on these, but in her room, she's got a bunch of Star Wars posters and stuff, and I literally cannot get into this film series. This
is not the first time we've had this conversation.
No, I cannot get into this film. I just feel like it's more of a, you battle, and then by the end, the good side wins, and you move on, and it just happens over and over and over again the whole time. So, just not a big fan of this film series. Change it up every once in a while. Do something. What is appealing about this movie franchise?
I could go very low right now, but I'm choosing not to.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So here's what's interesting. And it's totally fine that you said Star Wars posters. It's actually down to just some Star Wars trinkets. I actually have some Star Wars Pez dispensers. I've got a 3D printed Yoda head that serves as a pen and pencil holder. I do have a Yoda button that you push it, and it's got some different sayings. I believe I might have a few like little mini stuffies of Darth Vader. I mean, who doesn't love Darth Vader?
I know.
But so here's what's interesting though with all the little Star Wars trinkets and knickknacks that are in my room. Understandably, people will interpret that as thinking I am a Star Wars fanatic. And Brielle, I don't think I'll insult you when I say what I'm about to say, but I'm actually not a Star Wars fanatic.
I mean,
And I can
I'm not
explain
really.
why I have a lot of that stuff in my room in a moment, but I do have a fondness for Star Wars, especially the original 3 films that had been released, like, end of the 70s, into the 80s. And I think for me, a lot of it is more nostalgia. Speaking of nightmares, because I joked with you guys, you've had nightmares since having my class, but I may have been traumatized as a child because I think my mom took my brother and me to the movie theater to see, of course, I'm blanking now on which film it is that introduces Jabba the Hutt. I was, I think, about 3 years old as my mom had us in the theater, and I started crying and was terrified. So,
He's not the most friendly character. Of all
no,
time.
and I was not.
Maybe
I
not a
wasn't-
movie you show a 3-year-old.
I wasn't ready for that. It was very different than Sesame Street that I had been used to. But what's interesting with the Star Wars films, which, as I said, I do actually enjoy them. And once again, for me, I'm a very nostalgic person. So I do have this fondness for them because they remind me of childhood and I'm in my era. And I'm like a proud Gen Xer. But why I have the things in my classroom, when I started teaching at PW back in 2006, one of the courses that I taught was journalism. And I got on this kick of calling my journalism students my Jedi journalists. And I remember teaching them that the various types of journalistic writing, whether you're using the good old inverted pyramid to write a hard news story, or you're doing feature writing, that the kinds of larger articles that you see in a magazine that might be about a person or a place. I remember telling the students, any of those types of writing are nothing like anything you've written before in an English class. It is not a traditional, 5-paragraph essay. You're not writing a thesis statement. And I, right in the first week of the course, I would quote Yoda with his famous line, "You must unlearn what you have learned." When, I'm sure you know the scene where he's trying to teach, not Han Solo. He's trying to teach Luke Skywalker how to levitate the ship, get it up out of the swamp. And Luke says, "I can't," and, he tells him, "And that is why you fail." And, it's this whole lesson on having to forget about things you've learned, learn something new. So I did it as like an intro activity with my journalism students, and all my journalism students would get Jedi nicknames. It just became my shtick. So that's how it got adopted. And all those trinkets, kids would bring me things and I would hang them on the walls. So yeah, kids don't just bring me Doritos. They would also bring me Pez dispensers.
I haven't heard of anyone bringing in a teacher a Pez dispenser in a long time.
I don't even like Pez dispensers. I feel like just aren't that popular.
But I mean, if it's a Star Wars Pez dispenser,
Well, yes.
I
I have a Mickey Pez dispenser, but I have a Mickey
kids
everything.
would come back
so.
from the Disney trip with like a Star Wars mug or a Yoda keychain. I got
just became a collector.
Yeah, if I had all the stuff still in my classroom, it would look like a just Star Wars classroom.
A Star Wars bomb went off in the classroom type of thing.
I had a Star Wars like fleece blanket that had a whole cool image. It was so colorful. We hung it on the wall, almost like a tapestry. It was something very cool to hang on the wall other than just like a typical poster. ultimately, I had to take everything off my walls when the high school was renovated circa like 2015. So the Star Wars comfy fleece blanket that hung decoratively is now one of Elliot's, blankets that he wraps himself in when we're watching movies. So, it's serving a purpose, but functional rather than aesthetic.
Yeah.
So you're a big Star Wars person. You
Well,
are?
I haven't watched the movies in some time, but another thing, it's nostalgic. Like my dad had me watching those movies. My favorite shirt when I was little, it was this long sleeve black and white stripe oh my god, shirt. I can't speak today. And in gold sequins, it said Star Wars on it, and that was my favorite shirt forever. But
That's good parenting.
That's
good
I know, Dad, if you're hearing this. But yeah, he had me watching those movies since I was really little. He's a big reason why I liked those when I was really young, and that's why they're so nostalgic.
I love that.
Star Wars.
Yeah, so I've watched some of the movies. I honestly don't know which ones. It was quite a while ago. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I do have a basic knowledge of the plot line and what happened between looking it up to figure stuff out for Disney and of course playing Fortnite, and there's different Star Wars stuff there. I'm it's kind of interesting. I'm just not all the way into it.
Yeah, for me, I remember dressing up as a stormtrooper before for Halloween.
All right.
And I remember, I think...
When did you do that?
Yeah.
I did that. I forget when, but I have the costume in a bag in my closet. Okay, that's going to make you frustrated, but it is in a bag.
Why is it so frustrating?
There's got to be some sort of spirit week where you can wear that. Is there a Star Wars day this week or no?
No, but I remember wearing the costume, and I think it was a few years later whenever Mom could correct me on this, but I remember her saying, she goes, after she saw the movie, she's like, why did I ever let you wear that? Those people are so dumb. They're dumb and they have bad accuracy, and they're just the big idiot ones. Why did I let you wear that? And I don't know if that's the exact quote from Mom, but I know it's somewhere around that. Really? This is the thing you're wearing as a costume? Darth Vader would have been better. No, you're the stormtrooper, the one that falls down on immediate contact.
Maybe they were on sale. Actually, my mother-in-law, my husband, he's from the Philly area. He went to Upper Dublin High School in the 90s. So he's definitely a Philadelphia fan. I'm a Philadelphia fan, despite having grown up in the Scranton area, where that's a very mixed bag of Yankees fans and Giants for football. But I was like Brielle, I was raised right. I was raised,
exactly.
On the Phillies and the Eagles. In fact, when I was turning 1, all the family was over for my 1-year-old birthday. Nobody paid attention to me for once, because it was the 1980 World Series. The Phillies were, trying to wrap things up and get the job done. But anyway, I digress. So I was joking. Maybe the Stormtrooper costume was on sale because my mother-in-law, when I guess my husband was probably about maybe 5 years old at the time, dare I say 6 or 7 years old, and she brought him home a coat that she thought was so adorable, would look so cute on him. And it was one of those football varsity style coats with kind of the fleece and then the leather, maybe it was faux leather sleeves. It was Dallas Cowboys.
Ew!
I know. She got it at Burlington Coat Factory. My father-in-law apparently was like, Linda, what are you doing? And she's like, Jake, it was on sale. It's adorable. He said, no,
I would have lit it on fire or something.
Yeah, so that's, my husband says that's his trauma, poor parenting on their part. And they didn't let him get a dog.
See, that's just uncool.
Ruined for life.
I'll wear, we go to thrift stores a lot.
Okay. Oh, I love a good
lot of
thrift
thrift stores. And we were just at one over on Friday when we had the day off. And we were with my aunt. That's where we normally go thrift store shopping with. And this place, I guess it was a bargain outlet or something. It literally was just you throw anything possible onto the shelf and slap a 25-cent sign or a $1 sign on it. I think my aunt said at one point, we looked at the cart and she goes, we just have a cart full of junk that we don't need. Like, there's just a bunch of random, like, mom bought a ruler because she needed a ruler for her, a better ruler for her painting. I found an old, I don't even think I told you this yet. I found an old Disney mug. One of the ones that they, like, the refillable mugs. I found one of them, but it didn't have a lid. It didn't have a lid.
What do you mean aren't all mugs refillable? I mean,
No, like the Disney refillable mugs that you get at the parks, and they're like the
Oh,
mugs
okay.
with
Like
the designs.
It allows you to refill them when you're
They
there.
know if you have that cup, you're allowed to get.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it like scans into the system or whatever. And I found that cup. It didn't have a lid, but I have lids that work with it, so I just bought it anyway. I don't normally use it with a lid sometimes, so I bought that, and it's just like thrift stores in general.
Ooh, you're bold. You're like, I'll walk around with no lid.
that
Daniel
normally
Son.
doesn't go well.
No, not for Kevin.
No, not for me. No, the water bottles without a lid, or water bottles with a lid that I have to open and squeeze in the process of opening.
That makes me think. I've seen. I haven't seen her do this in a while, but my friend Miss Hanold, fellow coffee drinker.
Oh my gosh, I just had her second block.
There'd be times I would see her in my hallway and just walking with a regular coffee mug with coffee in it. I'm like, wow, like you're
Brave.
like brave. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I have, my
Trustworthy.
Wawa cup with the lid on it or whatever, but yeah, she's just walking around with like a lidless mug and sipping
Wow.
away, and I'll see steam coming out. I'm like, wow, girl. Those social studies teachers are brave though.
Oh, absolutely.
On numerous levels. So
Yeah.
The hallway's too crowded.
yeah.
Oh my god, that hallway.
So, Caleb, I want to do the thing that we've been waiting on for a while. Is your thing about
Oh my god,
a
our
line.
levels.
No, so your thing about a line, like how.
Oh.
So I want Caleb to administrate this. I'm gonna step back
Oh
for a
my
minute. and
word,
let-
what's
Let
happening
Caleb
now?
administrate this. I've been waiting to do this, but I'm not good at administrating rules that Caleb creates. So, go ahead.
Okay, so it's a little thing that I made up, little question. Okay, if you have additional questions, ask me, but I feel like I did pretty good. So, the question is, how long would you wait in line if reaching the end of the line meant that you got $1 million? Okay? As far as like what you can bring, you can only have the things that you take with you. The line will continue to move, so you can't like sit down and sleep because the line's going to keep moving. No one can come and like give you stuff from outside. So like if you have a book, you can't have a friend come pick up the book, give you a new one.
Something to keep me entertained as I wait in this line.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you cannot leave the line for any reason. Okay?
Bathroom's a no-go.
Yep. You can't like
See,
leave
that's
the
just
line to go to
evil.
the bathroom.
That is evil.
It's like, how
This-
long would you be willing to wait in that line if, having reached the end of the line, you would just get $1 million?
I'm assuming you don't have your like phones or electronic devices with you.
You
in
can
line.
have it if you want.
That's just
I'm old. I don't need a phone.
I'm not
I
saying
can
I
keep
would
myself
need,
entertained.
I'm not saying
with
I would
the
need one. I'm
thoughts
saying
in
for
my
people.
head. I mean,
Yeah.
my gosh.
You can have one
oh
if
my
you
god,
want.
I could do that for hours.
Like a word
though.
search. Can I bring that with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can like
I'll
have
play
bring
I
whatever.
Spy with myself. Remember, guys, I grew up
Yes.
in the era of we didn't have like a
Yeah, I
tablet to
Spy.
keep us entertained in the back of
Yeah,
a car
when-
on a road trip. And
Yeah,
Goodness,
like
that is ridiculous.
count the leaves on the trees.
That is
kids.
ridiculous. The tablets in the back of a car. Look out the window.
You know what my
out the
tablet in the
window.
back
I just put in my AirPods and look out the window.
You know
I don't even need anything else.
You know what my tablet in the back of the car was? A Mad Libs tablet. Those things where you
Oh
throw in
my
the
gosh,
noun,
yes, Mad
verb.
Libs.
No wonder I know my
Yeah.
parts of speech. Anyway, Caleb, sorry. So it's how long would I be willing to
Yeah.
How
So,
long would I
like-
be willing to wait in line? So I got to be honest. This isn't a thing of how long would I be willing to wait versus how long could I physically make it. I mean, I got a hip that now clicks sometimes when I walk across the classroom. Actually, I'm fine. I don't need like a hip replacement. I'm no longer hip. I know that, but I just think I don't know how long I could physically sustain that. I mean, I'm nearing, I mean, I am middle age. I mean, I would eventually I would need a potty break. Like I would. I'm not going to lie. I'm not embarrassed. Like,
I would need a sitting break. My knees are terrible, and so are my
Yeah.
ankles.
I actually have injured my knee several times.
Caleb,
I have no prior injuries with my knees. They're just bad.
But
what type
I
of
would have the
line? Like what?
patience.
What type? Is this a line that's like in the middle of like a hot spit? Like, is this indoors?
Oh,
is it
that's a
outdoors?
good question.
That's a really
Is there
good question.
stuff that's
Ooh.
built at the line, like a cue to look at?
So,
What is
yeah,
Like, am I
what is
wearing a
built in the line? Because that
neoprene face
changes
mask
things.
and-
Yeah, so like, are we talking about like a voting line or a Ratatouille line or
Oh my
a
God, no.
Disney like really cool line?
Yeah, like what type of line are we talking about? Like they just step up some stanchions in the parking lot, and that's what you're waiting in under the sun. Is it cold out? What, like
I'm gonna say it is outside and just like down the sidewalk. Okay, just
But
like
is
as far
the
as that
sun-
goes.
Is the sun beating down on you
We'll go with
aggressively?
it's like weather is like
72 and sunny
A
with a breeze.
comfortable 71 with a light breeze.
Yes.
yeah, we'll go with
I
that.
like that.
Here's my thing. Like I said, I would not win at that because if I'm not allowed to get in line to take a bathroom break, there's a problem. But I would have the patience for it. I could go days and days and days. I could have the patience for it. So I've got that going for me. I might not be in the best shape of my life by any stretch. I was once a dominant Division III athlete in college.
With what sport?
That's funny. Softball.
Really? Wow.
I did track and field in high school. But yeah, I would have the patience for it. I actually think I would have the endurance for it, the mental endurance and the physical endurance to stand and walk. I mean, I've done the Live Strong ride back when that was a thing before Lance Armstrong got canceled and was, convicted of like doping up during all those Tour de France's that he won. But back when that would be held at Monco's campus, like I've gone on my road bike 100 miles. I've done, I've hiked out at,
Athletic person.
yeah, like I've hiked at Yellowstone National Park.
Oh, wow.
I've been, as Brielle's yawning, she loves this story of mine. My God, she feels
Hey, I've been up since like 5 in the morning.
she feels like she's waiting in Caleb's line. She's yawning. Oh my God.
See, Caleb, see what you've done?
Look what you've done, Caleb. Young Cleveland. They say Cleveland rocks. Hoff's not so sure. Oh my God.
Is this a concept?
Okay.
How long would
Like
you
a
wait?
rapper.
I don't know. It would be really irritating, but it is $1 million at the end. So like I could probably wait like a day.
That's
But,
probably.
I could buy a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could get like 50 million Dunkin' gift cards with
a lot more
iced
Star
coffee.
Wars Pez dispensers.
Oh, yes. Star Wars Pez
Ooh.
and coffee.
I could take a vacation of
All the
Fiji.
nutrition my body needs.
I don't know what I would do. It would probably be about a day or so. I would eventually probably have to go to the bathroom and have to step out of the line.
So-
How
That
about this?
would be-
I would outlast the three of you.
I think we can all agree on
That's
that.
my
Yeah,
final
probably.
answer.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
The old
Yeah.
lady I'll crush you like a worm. Braveheart. Did you ever see Braveheart? Great.
No.
movie.
No.
No, I
I won't know
will.
any of my lines I quote. Okay.
I will say most people don't know the lines I quote because I do them from Disney park rides, so no one knows what I'm quoting. But
Yeah, no.
no, it's like I'm
No.
not. I'm even watching a video right now on the 100 best Disney park quotes. Like no one's gonna know what I'm quoting except Caleb. But like I have no like most popular movie references. I know like the basic ones that everyone generally should know, but you go any deeper than the basic ones, I'm done.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, well, counts me out, Caleb. I thought you were reading up to say something.
Well, I have another like interesting
I think
question.
We're good in the interesting question. Let's keep going. Go
Keep
with another question.
Okay.
Interesting question because I think that's an interesting topic to go to.
So, my next question. Obviously, there's a lot of like AI stuff
Oh,
coming around right now. So
Alan
just like
Iverson. Yes, we love him here in Philadelphia.
So like
a lot of AI stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerseys are still selling. Practice. Talk about practice.
Artificial
Not talking about games,
intelligence.
we're talking about practice. I
Yeah,
love
you
AI.
really should have been more specific.
I love
Yeah,
AI.
which AI are you talking
I
about?
love AI.
The Philly legend or the computer
That little
nerd?
point guard.
artificial intelligence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
So like I was watching a Disney short that was the House of the Future, and this house just like did everything for Mickey, Donald, Goofy, who were there. And it was like, I baked 10,000 cookies for Minnie. Do you want to paint Minnie? I've already done it for you. But on like a more serious note, you're an English teacher. How are you seeing that, dealing with that?
I mean, this
cookies?
question could, all joking aside, keep us here for days and days, which we hope we could last in Caleb's hypothetical line. This is the answer to this question takes more time than the winner waiting in that line is actually what
True.
I'm going to tell you. If I'm even possible of a short answer, not possible. But shortest version, just kind of going off the top of my head, there's certainly AI poses what we could, I think, legitimately call problems, in the sense that there are certain skills when it comes to communication, written communication, being able to craft an argument, being able to craft a moving speech. There's problems in the sense that we want students to be able to find their own authentic and unique voice and style and express themselves with it. And having AI as that easy way out is certainly, a foe of ours, if you will. Because there's so many times that we have to kind of figure out, well, I want my students to write this on their own. They are not allowed to have AI do any piece of it. And that's something that we're up against. I mean, I and other educators I know have tried some different approaches. For example, the good old, you're going to write it by hand. Maybe a writing assessment is given on paper and they are writing things down on paper. I don't think that's a horrible approach. However, there are times
You then
where
have to read their handwriting.
Right. I've done okay with that actually. But I know personally, I am a stronger writer when I get to type my thoughts. Because my brain goes a mile a minute and I could just quickly jot down notes. And then, of course, with a Google Doc or back in my day, a Word doc, and, you could play around, delete things, change things, all of that. So I do want my students also to type their work prior to having things like GPT-0 where it can detect if something was authored with AI and it's pretty accurate. I would even use the software to monitor my students' screens, have them share a Google Doc with me.
Like Lightspeed and all?
Yeah, when it was Buzz Lightyear, Lightspeed, whatever. Yeah, I'm watching their screens. They had to share their file with me that they were going to do the writing assessment. But I've had students do in-class writing assessments where they're typing it, but I had a number of things in place to try to ensure that it was their authentic work. The other thing, though, the flip side of it is AI is here and it's here to stay. It is not going anywhere. It is a useful tool. It is. So I think the challenge now for educators is, how do we show students how to use this to make life easier? How do we show students how and when it's okay to use this, like ethical use of it? There might be an assignment where an educator, whether it's at the high school level or the college level, there might be an assignment, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but you might have an assignment where AI is allowed to be used for some of the authoring of pieces, but it might be such a complex project that, they need to see the authenticity in the ideas, come from the students, and maybe other aspects of the project could be done using AI assistance. But it's here to stay. It's a very useful tool. As I said, I think it comes down to showing students how to use it.
Do you use it?
I have definitely used it
when
before.
you're like for doing lesson stuff.
I have used it to devise different worksheets, maybe get some ideas, like for a passage. But one thing, and I'd be willing to show this to students, I think there gets to be a certain level where you see what AI spits out, and even if you've given it specificity in terms of, I need this, I need this, I need this,
it still doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right. Things are inaccurate. Things could be worded better. But I only know that because I spent all my life putting in the work. And then I can see. So here's the thing. Does it save me time? Sure. But I'll speak for myself, but I'm someone that is still meticulously tweaking that document to get it to look how I need it to look, to have the content that I need it to look. If I think the way it worded the question doesn't quite meet my standards, I'm switching it. I'm doing that, So
by that point, it might not even be worth it doing that if you can just type it on your own.
Right.
Do it on your own.
But I think it's a useful tool, and I think it comes to that. Like our new job in this era will be helping students use it ethically, and without embarrassing themselves, because sometimes AI spits out things that are just
don't make any
inaccurate
sense.
or
and don't fit to your level that you are as a
or
student.
they sound AI, and depending on what kind of job you get out there in the workforce, your boss might not like that, if they want you to design something really unique and authentic.
Like, I would say for my sake, I use ChatGPT a lot, like on my not for school stuff, but like if I want a tutorial on how to do something, like on how to work some of this soundboard stuff, I normally put it in there and I put all my questions in there and it spits out something that's generally right, but then will point you to a setting that's not there.
Right.
And it might annoy you more, but if you're on the right track. So like, that's what I really don't use it for ideas and stuff, but I think the point where I found it the most useful is the Google AI at the top, because it summarizes everything. Then you can click the links from there.
Right.
But the important thing for a student is to learn that that Google AI can be there, but you have to go farther than just taking that piece.
Exactly.
Because if you just take that piece, like for example, today I'm doing the research for my film class. You teach it, and it's a research paper. There's like 9 tabs on this document, and they're very simple. Like you could take that question and copy that into Google if you wanted to, but you still need to find the source. Like even if it's listed at the top there in Google AI, you still need to find the source, because you have a column, put your sources.
Where
your
I
source
want sources documented.
Your source is not Google.
Right. Exactly.
It's just not, because that's not what it is. That's a search engine. That's not a source.
Yeah. The interesting thing with AI, just like any tech that has come along, and I don't know if this is the best parallel to draw, but it just, I can't help but think of YouTube. When YouTube was the new shiny object, that everybody was, what is YouTube? YouTube got such a bad rap as being a place that's just a bunch of nonsense. And the interesting thing with YouTube, not that I'm the expert on YouTube, but the interesting thing is everything's on YouTube. There's goofy, silly videos, right? There's influencers with fashion and this and that. But I'll use an example with my dad. My dad's, he's long since retired. He had a job behind a desk, shirt and tie. But my dad's very much a blue collar guy, a handyman. He's not the kind of person that ever hired somebody to come fix a broken appliance in our house or fix the ceiling fan. My dad fixed so many things on his own. So even now in his, late 70s, he's so cute. He loves YouTube. My parents, something went wrong with their refrigerator one time, and it wasn't that old of a refrigerator, but it was past the warranty. He went on YouTube, looked up some different videos, and found like good, high quality DIY, how to diagnose the issue, how to fix it. My dad has done numerous DIY projects.
Thanks to YouTube.
So it's one of those things like YouTube has content that is educational, purposeful, meaningful. It's useful, and it's high quality content. Lots of instructional videos are on YouTube. For the film class, right? I mean,
anywhere you have a video, anything you need a video for, it's all there.
It's housed there.
There.
So that's why I said this might not be the best parallel, but I'm just saying like YouTube got a bad rap, but it can do good things. You can find.
I can see that. It is a good parallel though.
And I love Allen Iverson.
You shook your head when I said something about YouTube.
You said like everything is on YouTube, and I'm just like, I've looked for some Disney songs that I can't find. So there are still things that are too niche for YouTube.
Yes, there are definitely things that
just
are
like some things aren't on Spotify. Like my man Garth Brooks, he doesn't want to be on Spotify.
That's really sad.
And Joni Mitchell wasn't on Spotify.
Wow,
for a while,
what?
But yeah. Yeah, I didn't research why, but it's probably like, nope, I don't want my music on there.
So I'm guessing you're a Spotify listener.
I am a Spotify listener.
I listen to so much Spotify. I have my AirPods in all the time. If my mom and my sister tell me this all the time.
Not during class, young lady.
Not during class.
Have your earbuds in there.
Oh, they're not. No, not usually when I'm in class, unless a teacher's like, "Hey, you can do this. Will you work?"
Brielle.
But I always have them out of school.
Following the rules, they're in place for your safety.
But like music wise, I'm definitely in me and Caleb are Amazon Music. That's what we listen to.
Well, that explains everything.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Amazon Music, and just because so mom has the Spotify account at home, and mom just like that's her.
Your mom is cool. That's I knew.
Yeah, exactly.
When I met
Wendy's
Mom,
awesome.
I was like, yep, she's the cool one.
Yeah, so mom uses Spotify. We use Amazon Music and just YouTube to listen to music. Not YouTube Music, just YouTube for music.
Can you make a playlist on there? Or
Yeah.
You just...
Yeah, Kevin has like some old fashioned one.
Old time music that I like.
Yeah, old fashioned with like mixes of Disney.
Yeah, like,
okay.
It's just random.
Now,
It's
earlier he was playing a song by the Carpenters, and
What?
I love the Carpenters. I mean,
Carpenters are great.
yeah, Karen
Wow.
Carpenter.
You really are old, Kevin.
Yes, I know. We're aware of this already.
What was your Spotify? I'm sorry. Wait, you don't do Spotify. What was your Amazon gift wrapped? Were you in?
Yeah, what was it?
It came up as there was a YouTube Wrapped for all the YouTube I listened to. I think I sent a screenshot. Either I sent a screenshot to Caleb or something. He had one.
I have some of mine though.
Mine was 35,000 minutes.
Mine are weird. Mine had off the top of my head, like music wise, I know one of the like in the top 5 songs. One was the Tina Turner song, "Rolling Down the River." That song.
Yes.
Great song.
Great song.
I had
Tina
"Thank God I'm a
Turner.
Country Boy" was on there.
John Denver.
Oh my god.
I had
amazing.
I had 2 Disney songs, and then I had Dinosaurs A to Z from Dinosaur Train.
This is fascinating.
Sounds about
Pieces of your puzzle.
This all makes so much sense now.
I didn't find yours, but I found mine.
Okay, what's yours?
My top songs on YouTube
Oh,
were "Love the Memory," "Live the Moment," "Love the Memory,"
Okay.
Hong Kong, "The Magic Is Calling" from Disney World's 50th,
Okay.
"Promise," "Leaving Epcot."
These are all Disney songs.
Oh
aren't
yeah,
they? Okay.
"Start a Wave" from, of course, another Disney Nighttime Spectacular, and "Ignite the Dream" from another Disney.
If you
Nighttime
want Disney
Spectacular.
opinions, go listen to the Disney podcast on this channel because we have a lot of those.
Yeah, so I made a playlist this summer that is now up to 158 videos on it. That's all just Disney music. And it's not like the Disney movie music. It's all Disney music from the parks. So the latest view update between me, Kevin, and like a few views from the other people that I've sent it to, we're up to 7,272 views on the playlist.
Yeah, it's a playlist we listen to a lot.
Yeah.
And the songs are I can't listen to half the songs on the new computers that are blocked at the new blocking computers.
Yeah, I don't like any of that.
But you know.
Wait,
Did
were you
you
looking
find
up
it?
your
I
rap?
plead the fifth.
Did you find it?
Mine.
So I'm trying to see if I can get back to my Wrapped, Spotify Wrapped, where it scans like what have you listened to over the year.
I know.
And my listening
mine.
age was something like
Mine-
72.
Mine was like, I think like my current age, 17. I think it was around there.
How uninteresting. Brielle. I'm just kidding. No,
I know.
You're cool. I adore you. You're fantastic.
And it was my listening minutes. It was like 6,000 better than it was last year, and it was like 35,000, which doesn't.
What do you mean 6,000 better? Like you listened more or
More,
listened less? Okay,
more,
yes. We
more.
want more music in our lives.
And it was
yes.
all songs by the same artist, which you guys are not gonna know at all who she is because you guys don't listen to
Who is it? I might.
Tate McRae.
I've heard of that name, but it might be because of current students. Students of mine started telling me about like new people I should listen to.
My
and
gosh. I love Tate McRae. I feel like so many people who I know that I absolutely love her. She's been like some of my top artists for like years now. It's
okay,
like, my dedication's real. I've gone to like 1 million of her concerts. So
I love that. I love that for you. I'm trying to get this to show my
Did you not
reps,
take a
but-
screenshot of it at one
You
point?
know, I probably did. I'm the age where we just screenshot everything, and
So now you have
it's-
7 million screenshots.
I have 7 million screenshots.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, I don't know what's up with that. Why do I do that?
Oh no.
I actually had a perfect question for this.
Okay.
Okay.
I actually prepared a question that is this exact topic.
Oh my, talk to me, son. Talk to me, goose.
Okay. So, how many pictures and videos are on your phone?
Do not look at it.
You do not
look
want
at
to
it.
know mine.
Don't look at it
Don't
yet.
look at it.
Unless
Got it.
you already looked.
No,
Okay.
I did.
How many are on your phone? You're gonna guess. Okay?
And then I
Like
can
backed up on Google Photos?
On
or-
just like Photos app. Like the basic Photos app.
I'm going to embarrass myself and say I might not even know how to look, but I mean, it's probably over 2,000.
Over 2,000.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Is this like the Price is Right where I have to make a guess,
No,
but if
no,
I
no.
go over,
No.
I lose?
Not at all.
My
No.
amount.
How about 2,100?
My amount's absolutely insane.
So I just looked at mine a few days ago because I was trying to clear things up, and actually I was trying to add stickers to my iMessages and
Oh,
have a
yeah.
bunch
You
of
create
those.
a bad sticker of me. That'll be the last
I
sticker
already
you ever
have
create.
a bad sticker of you.
I hate you.
But that's not new. I think you knew I had that, unless you don't think it's a bad sticker.
Can you show me?
Yes, I can show you, but
Oh my.
yeah, I don't think I have a bad sticker. Where
Oh
is it?
God.
Yeah, look.
Am I
that's
supposed
not
to look
Stark.
at my phone and see how many
Yeah,
photos
go
I
ahead
do
and look.
have?
I
now.
have-
So you
um,
guessed around 2,000.
Mine's
this-
72,000 something.
Is this a bad sticker? I just said-
72,000.
Yes.
72,000.
72,000.
That includes all my pictures from my iPad from when I was
Okay,
like little.
But time out.
Oh God.
How do you have space on your phone for
Scroll
72,000?
all the way down.
Yeah, where do I?
Oh my
No.
God.
How much space is on your phone, Brielle?
I'm
Do you
on a
have an
very big
iPhone
storage
or a-
plan with my whole family.
There's library, or there's
What's the number?
collection, and there's
I don't
library.
know. Wait, Kevin, what is this? I look like a bat.
I told you it's not great.
I am Hoff. I have no
I'm just
arms.
trying to.
Oh,
How
that's
do you
great.
see it on the new
Yeah, where does
update?
it show?
Where
Where does
we-
it show?
And I
Where
know the
does it
picture
show?
that it's from.
Because I just don't see it at the bottom of like iPhone. For anyone listening to this and can't see anything, what? That's Stark. That's Starkies.
So,
Why'd you put it
for
up?
me, it's just up there under library.
The problem with hers is it's syncing to iCloud, so it doesn't say it directly underneath.
Yeah, why did you put it over your text?
Yeah,
Caleb,
it's syncing is paused,
Yeah,
but should that disrupt it?
I've got 2,000 photos.
I don't know.
I've got 2,000 exact.
I'm the
Hey,
only
Caleb,
one
you
with
don't know how to look do you know how to look this up?
72,224 pictures.
Hey, Caleb, I thought
Do
you
I
were
have to
missing
come
number
back
guy.
for another episode to report
Caleb,
my
Try just scrolling down to the bottom and we'll see.
It's not. That's not there either. I don't know. Caleb, look up how to see more.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
why don't you Google where do I see how many photos I have?
How do I
in
see
an
how many
iPhone?
iPhone photos? And everyone, you know what? If you've made it this far in the podcast, comment on under the YouTube video how many photos are in your phone.
Wait, Kevin.
What?
How many photos are on your phone?
2,000.
Okay. That's
lie
not
like a
what
rug.
you said a few days ago.
What do you mean? That's not what I said a few days ago.
It's not what you said a few days ago.
By how much am I off?
1,250.
How is it that far different?
I don't know.
Oh, I deleted a ton of screenshots a few days ago.
Okay, but 5 days ago, how did you add another 1,200?
Camera.
Okay,
camera,
here I got
my camera.
numbers. I got numbers,
Oh.
folks.
You got numbers?
Numbers.
Well,
So
somewhat.
I don't know if I can get a total number. This was almost like in film. You were researching like how much profit a film made. It was there was like in the domestic,
Domestic
there
and
was
then the
worldwide,
international.
international. All right, so media types. All right, live photos. Right, you know those live
Oh,
photos.
I
where,
love
I
live
love a live
photos.
photo. I have 3,877 items under live photos.
Live photos. I have only 460.
Wait.
Now, see, I don't know if these.
I
I don't
haven't
see.
had
I
my
don't know if any
phone
of these
for-
cross-reference.
I don't think in the categories they're cross-referencing.
Videos, 1,852 videos.
Oh my god, I just found such
How
an
do you
old
have that
picture.
much space on your phone?
I don't know. Wonder it's crawling like me.
Oh my god.
Now, to be fair, I haven't had the phone since I've got my phone back in the start of January. So
Screenshots, 1,054 items.
Wow.
I only have 49 because I
Like
started
I don't
deleting
really
them.
need these. So, you know, sometimes you screenshot something just like, oh, quick, I want to
Yeah.
save that info. Like,
But like
and then
the
you
most-
really don't need it. I need to clean up my phone,
Like,
folks.
I don't need this.
I just
I
need
just came
to.
across some.
free up some
need
space.
like for example, and I'm going to describe this photo for anyone listening. I have a screenshot from March 15th, 7:45 p.m. and I took a screenshot of the weather app with the line of thunderstorms that was coming through the area. And it's not even over our area. The line of thunderstorms goes through Milwaukee, Indianapolis, Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, and Birmingham. Birmingham?
Are you okay?
Birmingham? What's it?
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
I got there. I got
Oh
there.
my gosh.
I got there. But no, see, like, this is what I don't need this.
You never know when you might need that.
I
Hey,
question half the
You
pictures that are in
might
my
want to
camera
put
roll.
that in a
also
slideshow in a
random.
later date when you're looking back at whenever that photo was taken. Like, I had my
If you
scout.
get as nostalgic as Brielle and I get, you might be like,
I get
"Oh,
so nostalgic.
I remember
What?
the day.
I know, it makes me like cry though. It always makes me sad going through some of my old pictures.
So,
Cause like, what do you mean that was like 8 years ago?
Wait till you look at a photo and go, oh gosh, that was 38
Years ago.
And I remember it vividly.
Makes you feel a bit.
That'll scare
aged,
you. Get
I
out
know.
the tissues, Brielle. My
So-
word.
I actually had my Eagle Court of Honor recently, and in
Eagle Scout Caleb Cleveland. Good job, Caleb.
Eagles, go birds.
Yeah.
Oh, different eagle.
different Eagle. But for like preparation for it, I was working on going through a bunch of old photos and pulling out some to make a slideshow out of. And It
Some old photos.
thousands.
Thousands. That's a sum.
So-
It's a
Love it.
different number.
It was so much fun to just go back and look at all of the different memories from Scouts.
I
And
love that.
For me, like, the photos are the thing that helps you remember
Yeah,
those kind
for
of things.
sure.
So, like,
Aw.
I was seeing pictures and I'm like, oh, I don't remember playing Zach at chess late at night, but there's a picture of it, so I must have done it.
Right. And what's interesting is I've had that experience too, where I see a photo where I think, oh my gosh, look at that. Yet I don't, you wonder, well, what else happened that day? Or as you said, you're looking at it. Okay, I obviously went on that trip or did this or did that. But the actual memory in your brain might not be that vivid. But there's other times you could look at a photo and immediately your brain,
it comes back.
It's like pouring water
It
on,
reminds you.
freeze-dried food. It just brings it back to life. You're like, oh, that, and it's such a cool thing when that happens.
Yeah.
The best is when you find an old video.
Yes.
Say that's like,
oh my God.
say it's like a 25-second video that you made, not like seriously or anything. Some random video, like one of my favorites that I kind of find every once in a while and then forget about it is in Nantucket when we took our terrible sand walk, and the video cuts out because of the connection, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know what happened on this video because I guess my phone was in SOS mode from where we were on this beach, and I don't know what happens, but the video goes, blah, 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 video goes, it's like, I'm walking like, it's so hot, my feet, it's so hot, water! And then the video cuts, and it just has this 15-second minute, either I didn't stop it, but it just keeps playing, and then it gets to the end of the video, and the video comes back, and it's me running at the water. And I'm like, I remember exactly what was happening in this moment, but it's funny that I have this video documented.
It's interesting that you guys bring this up. I've actually gotten into doing this thing with Elliot where my husband and I will bring up each of us on our phones have all sorts of course, photos, but then videos of him at all different ages. And of course I look back and just get teared up at some of them. Oh my gosh, the classic, that feels like a month ago, but it was 8 years ago or whatever it might be. But what's joyful is Elliot loves going through my phone and looking at videos of himself from different ages. And he cracks up at some of the things he did and said. He loves watching himself as a little baby, as a toddler. Even when he watches videos of himself from, kindergarten, he's in 5th grade now. He just, it brings him such amusement. And
oh my gosh,
what you guys might take for granted, or perhaps you don't, but obviously with technology, whether it's a video or photo, I mean, the technology is smart enough that you could just type in a descriptor and it'll pull up, I could type in lakes, and it'll pull up
and then it'll
all
pull
my
up a
photo,
lake. Yeah.
And it might get it wrong, so to speak. It might pull up a couple ocean
Ocean
shots
views.
or whatever, but still, you can sort through that way.
Yeah.
Or facial recognition, I could just touch Elliot's little icon and
it's
what
crazy.
you guys will never experience that. So Caleb, and this is not me trying to give you being a one-upper.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to beat your story, but, or am I? No, I'm just kidding. The competitive nature of these old folks. But I'm of that generation that, to your point about going through your Eagle Scout photos, I'm assuming you were going through them either at a computer or on a phone, or I don't know if they're saved on a hard drive, an external drive.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
I
know exactly what you're going to say.
Not just photo albums, actual, that look like binders, photo albums, but my parents, the paper grocery bag just filled with photos that had to get developed. You had to get your photos developed at the drugstore or the grocery store. You didn't know if you were blinking or not until you got your photos developed, or somebody's head wasn't in the photo at the family vacation or whatever. But to this day, I love, if I'm at my parents' house, some of their photos are, as I said, organized in binders. Others are just the, paper
4x6.
Yeah, the paper envelopes from the drugstore when they got developed are just all stacked in a paper Acme bag or whatever. And you're just going through those photos, and you're walking down a lot of lanes of memory.
I could even say I don't know if this is where Caleb's brain went to first, but this is where mine went to. We are in I think we're pretty close, but we're cleaning out my crawl space. And in my crawl space,
Oh, jeez.
we're not like organized or whatever. So the crawl space is a mess. But the crawl space has a basic like 3 items that are in the crawl space consistently: old papers, old photos, and baby toys with the batteries still in them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting corroded, and that's always fun when you pick up a bag and the bag starts mooing.
Yes, I love.
The bag starts making a
my
mooing
God.
noise.
I've also had that experience at my parents' house when we were going through their attic, and the See and Say, the Play School or Fisher Price See and Say.
Yeah.
It might have
God.
been a pig oinking or a cow mooing. Yeah, like they're.
But like on
Because
that,
by the way, back
yeah.
then they made toys. They made things to last.
Mhm.
So.
Now it's just like 2 years, they don't work anymore. You need to get new batteries.
sell
Oh, those
them.
batteries
They're
don't work
made-
anymore.
To become obsolete. They're
Planned
designed for
obsolescence.
obsolescence. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like in that point of saying, I was thinking about that that photos. Like I'll take out a bin of photos, and these things could be from all different times. They're a mess.
Oh,
because
that's the
they
thing. They're
weren't-
unorganized, and that's
they're-
amazing.
It's a big bin, and like just to go through one bin, it takes forever, and it's entertaining.
It's a
sometimes,
treat.
Sometimes you're finding photos like, especially in the crawl space, like I don't know if I was supposed to see that photo.
Oh
or,
my
like,
word.
that type,
Oh my
or like
God.
different ones. Like there's
On
different
Kevin's
ones,
next episode,
of what did I find
his
in the
mom
crawl
is going to have to
space?
sign a permission slip for his next episode.
Oh my God, Kev.
Or like, what did I find in the crawl space? There's so many things in that crawl space. Caleb can speak to being an organized person, like very organized person, compared to my crawl space is nothing like it.
It's funny because I always thought you were the organized one.
No, what gave that away? He's the organized one. He rubs off on me, but
I didn't
rub
really
off-
know.
that-
I
that
don't really know
drives me.
Caleb too well.
You're
All I know is that-
organized.
Well,
I mean,
I'm okay with the
there's
organization.
different types of organization.
My mom will beg to differ, though.
Well, it depends on what you're like, where you are, social setting, and what level of organization. If you keep
Like my
Some-
backpack's a mess.
So, I said to
Chaos.
Kevin today at the end of class, I said, I am very, very well organized digitally. My files.
Yeah, exactly.
you
Mine
went-
is too.
I dare I say anybody can go into my Google Drive. So if a new teacher was going to come in and teach classes, any of the classes I'm teaching, like let's say a 9th grade English 1 or English 2, they can see my folders from each school year. They would find everything they need.
all
My
out.
desk, however, looks a mess, and
Like,
it just
like today, it looks like you completely
it
overrided
looks
with
like
papers
somebody.
and
It looks like
threw up papers
the
on the desk.
it looks like
honestly.
a fan was on high setting and just blew the papers everywhere.
Oh my God.
They're not in neat stacks. They're
No.
just
Mm-mm.
incomplete
But-
messes.
But I'll go back and forth, but I will oscillate like said fan. And sometimes, rarely, less often, but my desk might be fairly clean and neat, and other times
Because
it
it's
looks
also-
like it does today.
But it's also not like for the desk, and you can kind of compare this to anything. For like your desk is not just the papers. There's so much other stuff, and by that point, the pencils are on the ground. Your pasta lasagna thing you were having today,
Yeah,
that's on the table. Everything else.
There's that Darth Vader head. That's like almost like a Halloween bucket. There's the Yoda head. I mean,
Yoda head.
there are some essentials on that desk.
Yeah, and desk is like my room is not organized, but
For me, it varies. It definitely varies.
depends
Like,
on the mode.
like I've been so unmotivated to put my clothes away. Which, sorry, Mom, my clothes are still on my floor. And usually I try to keep it neat. But
That's a struggle your whole life. I'm gonna tell you.
I know. It's
And I wonder if it's genetic. Like, I wonder if people just have that laundry organization.
my
gene
mom.
or not,
My mom is the biggest neat freak on planet Earth. My dad is. I'm not gonna say he's not organized. He's organized in his own way, but I definitely just got a mix of the two.
I can also, like, with my home, it's like, oh, we're having company. I will
Turn it on.
Deep clean the whole
Oh,
house.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could have one friend coming over. My mom has me clean the whole house.
I will get it done. And then I often say to myself, like, why can't I just maintain this now?
I
And
know.
I never can.
I think
just
one of the
Same.
big things
piles
with like
of things. And
with like cleaning, especially in your room, is if you do your laundry, and I take the laundry down, which I actually have it sitting in the dryer, and I have to put it away, but I have to have the motivation to put it away. But
It's about the motivation.
yeah,
Right.
But you bring in there's the time, like you must designate.
Designate.
Ooh, let's make up a
Delegate.
new word. Delegate and designate.
Delegate.
But designate.
But
yeah,
designate a
time.
time to bring it up, and when, for at least me, I need to bring it upstairs and you put it away then. Because if you don't put it away then, it sits in the corner and you slowly just take the clothes out of it.
That's
until it's
exactly
low
what
enough,
happens.
And now the pile that was the bin that you brought upstairs is now a pile of dirty clothes where the laundry
That's
basket
so
should
true.
be.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
And that's
Yeah.
what you have to do. And then at that point, the room is a complete mess because you're throwing things out of the bin.
It's
and
dude,
a
it's
mess.
like you're prepping for college. So
Yeah, but then,
you know,
and then when
Oh
you're,
God,
but
I
then
pray for my roommate.
if you just
She's gonna get like my side's gonna be nice one day, clothes everywhere
actually,
the
though,
next.
I think most schools. I mean, I was applying to college back in a sweet little decade called the '90s, but and that's the 1990s, folks, not the 1890s. One of my students jokes with me. He's like, "Oh, if you were born in the 1700s." But I do think you fill out a form about your
Yeah.
living
About
habits,
sleep
match you with the
schedules.
roommate. Yeah,
I
sleep
can't-
schedules, neatness, all that.
When I go to college, I can't get a roommate that's up at the crack of dawn because I love to sleep so
Kayla.
much.
early morning person.
Yep.
That's why I'm not worried on the senior trip at all about getting up.
I so will.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all because you're up at 5:30 in the morning naturally. I have
By
no-
choice,
6
huh,
o'clock,
sir?
right?
Wow.
6 o'clock by choice.
Yeah.
By
Naturally.
choice.
How about in the summer?
Same.
Yeah.
Vacation, all that. Do you have a job or you're just
Don't have a job.
Okay.
I wake up around 6.
Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, geez, I wish
Are
I
you
could.
a coffee drinker?
No.
Oh my. I mean, because I would get up early.
I love my iced coffee.
If somebody was like, Kendra, the coffee is ready, and like during the summer we spend our time at our place at a lake, and like if we had like we'll have friends come and stay, and you know it's often friends that are such close friends. It's like they're family. It's just make yourself at home. So one couple that comes and visits with their kids, the husband is usually up super early and makes coffee.
You smell the
and-
coffee.
Yeah, and if I smell that coffee, I'm like, I could get out of bed. I'll get out of bed for that.
Are you a
Yeah.
breakfast person?
Yes. So, but it's not my favorite meal of the day. I am more of a lunch dinner. Like I love
I am
my
too.
soups. I love
Oh.
my soups.
I'm not a
and-
soup
and
person.
Chili. I do get more excited about lunches and dinners, but I love food, guys.
I do
listen,
too.
Who
I had a
doesn't?
great
Nothing.
cream chip beef over toast and great home fries the other day.
Wow.
I will say,
I
quick
like
on
an
the-
omelet.
breakfast wise, I feel it's always different for me when I'm at home or rather I'm on a vacation.
Okay, that's
So,
fair.
Like
That
when I'm
I
on
can-
a vacation
yeah.
or somewhere that's not at my house, like my grandmother's house or Caleb's house or somewhere else that I go, I like having a breakfast.
So you like going to a diner? You
or
like
going to a diner,
Okay.
getting a bagel, like going out in the morning. Say you're in like
Mhm.
in Florida, for example, and you're going out in the morning to get a bagel. It's nice and sunny and warm.
right?
Or down the beach, you feel the breeze.
Oh,
all that
yes.
stuff.
Oh my
you
gosh,
get up
Kevin.
And do that, or you're
Everything tastes better at the beach
Yes.
for sure.
Yes,
Or you're
everything just tastes better. I feel like in Florida when you're on a vacation
Yeah.
and you have nothing else to worry
or
about.
you're
I
just
love that.
somewhere else, like someone else's house or something. It just feels more natural to eat a breakfast than when you're at home. I'm not a huge eat a big breakfast, and also even if I was like on vacations, it's get me a waffles, pancakes, syrup, the
Yep.
whole nine. But at home, I'm not. But at home, I have to make it. I have to do it.
Oh, poor thing. Laundry,
Like, yeah.
cooking,
I
Wow.
have to,
adulting.
which I don't mind. I don't mind doing if I have to, but it's not nearly as good as like the Belgian waffles you'll get at a pancakes you can't make at home without like a maker.
Ooh,
Like-
no,
Wow.
I have a recipe that it's not like I will never ever again use a pancake mix, like, but even the ones that say just add water, usually throw a little milk in there, throw an egg. You can
Yeah.
doctor it up a little. But I have a pancake recipe that I got from a dear friend of mine, and it's like making pancakes from scratch. It's buying like high quality flour. I use and I actually use a wheat flour. She doesn't, but I like the wheat flour, and yeah, I mean, you're
making me want to try
you're
your
using
pancake recipe.
You're using the baking powder, sugar in the raw, like use olive oil instead of the vegetable oil and all that. Oh,
It sounds
pancakes.
good.
You're reminding me of like these like waffles that my stepdad makes.
These pancakes I make come out like thick.
Yeah,
almost like
yeah,
Fairlane
that's how the
pancakes. I don't know
that's
if
how
you
the
guys know
waffles
about
are.
A little secret
Yeah.
in Erdenheim called the Fairlane, but that's the best breakfast. Right
So
there.
if you go to a diner,
Mhm.
for this all three, if you go out to a diner, what is the food you are getting at that diner? Because diners are
Waffles.
two different types. If you go to a diner in the evening or in the morning, because I
Ooh,
know
like
that
a breakfast for dinner.
I know
okay.
that changes things. Because also at night at a diner you could get pancakes if you really wanted to. Like,
Right.
what is your diner food? Mine would be pancakes
I
at
know
a
one.
diner are great.
I know one.
I don't get waffles from a diner, but also you can normally get a pretty good grilled cheese from a diner.
Mhm.
Like if you're not just thinking breakfast food.
Love a grilled cheese. Go ahead, Brielle.
Pork roll
Oh yes, yes,
and
sir.
waffles with like drenched in syrup.
Yes,
That's it.
Caleb, what are you thinking, man?
I would probably go with either pancakes or chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets at a
Dino
at a
nuggets,
diner?
dinosaur
For
shape.
breakfast?
For breakfast, it would be pancakes.
Yeah, pancakes.
Okay.
Now are you
I was
like
gonna say
are you
chicken
the
nuggets
two
for
or the three, like the
breakfast.
short stack or the
Depends on how big they
I don't
are.
like
I don't know.
pancakes.
Am I being problematic if I say it depends on where I
Yes,
am?
no, you're not.
No,
because
not at all.
That is a big thing. Like
So,
because diners are huge.
so
around
this
the
place
country.
that I mentioned, the Fairlane, you'll miss it if you don't know it's there. You drive right by it. So I live in Erdenheim, which is it's a Glenside zip code, but Erdenheim is basically a little neighborhood situated between Flowertown and Windmore. So not far at all from Chestnut Hill.
So you're telling me if I go to this place, you'll probably be in the
Yeah,
area.
the Fairlane, it's cash only. Okay.
Old time.
and-
Okay.
If I'm there, it's the apple pancakes. Now, the owner, she's phenomenal. When you get apple pancakes there, they by hand, like they cut up the apples and cook them almost like stewed apples to get them soft and with cinnamon. And they're cooked into your pancake. And the pancakes are so
Wow.
thick. You only want a short stack of these pancakes. You get 2 pancakes, and it's about like 1.5 inches thick.
Wow. I mean,
It's 2 pancakes.
I'm not a big
my
pancake
brother
person, but
my brother one time was visiting. He's like, "I'll get 3," and I just looked at him like, "Yeah, good luck."
Yeah,
He couldn't
yeah,
eat
good
them.
luck.
He couldn't finish it. But at the Fairlane, it's the apple pancakes. They're not just like spooning on some like, processed apple
no, it's homemade.
apple goo.
Yeah,
Out of a jar. It's
it's the real
it's
stuff.
Stewed like I don't know, cooked apples,
Mhm.
done in cinnamon sugar.
That actually sounds amazing,
So
and I don't
that-
even like pancakes.
Yeah, that and they do, and the taste of the pancake, the texture, everything is the best.
Mhm.
And the way they do bacon, I mean, because it can be done wrong.
bacon too.
It's
bacon too.
perfect. Other places though, I am more apt to get. I do like an omelet. And there's various types of omelets I like. I usually keep
Yeah.
it simple. Like I can do an everything omelet, but I usually do like ham and cheese, or just mushrooms and Swiss, or just
Yeah,
maybe spinach. So I keep it a couple ingredients.
yeah. I can have an egg every now and then. For some reason, and this has been the case for a very long time, when I look at them, it makes me feel like sick and nauseous. I'm like, I can't eat it. Can't look
There's
at it.
people with egg phobias. Yeah, it's
Listen, I can eat it in stuff. It's not like an
Like
issue,
not
but
scrambled eggs. You're not a
I
scrambled
can
egg
eat them
person?
once in a very, very, very blue moon.
I'm a scrambled eggs with ketchup person. You know?
Okay,
You gotta have the
okay.
When I
ketchup
do,
on the scrambled.
I
yeah,
respect that.
that's how
I
I
have
eat
a
it.
lot of ketchup, not a little big. I have a lot of ketchup. I'm a big
That's-
ketchup person.
yeah.
Me and Caleb are big ketchup people.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
on the pork
unlike
roll,
some
though, by
people.
the way, Brielle, pork roll all the way.
Yes, pork roll. Oh my gosh, when
Not
the
the
whole
healthiest
family's
thing.
over for
No, it's not
breakfast,
the
and you got the
healthiest thing.
pork roll.
Which reminds me, I'm due to probably get my blood work done, my annual checkup. I'm
So
a little
there's this-
scared to look at my cholesterol. But
There's
Oh my
this
gosh,
place
man.
in Punta Gorda called John Ski's House of Breakfast. and brunch. It's home to
Would they better do it
well,
right if they're calling
home
themselves
it's
that?
home
right?
to this thing called the Fat Boy Challenge.
Okay.
And the Fat Boy Challenge would be 2 Fat Boy breakfasts, drink a mug of orange juice and a mug of milk within 20 minutes, which seems disgusting. In itself.
That's like
But
That's
have
making
no word.
Brielle more feel more nauseated than
Yes,
the egg.
yes.
we went there. We went there. I think we've now gone there both times we've been there to Punta Gorda, because the first time, one of the like times that Grandpa took us, he's like, "This is a well-known breakfast
I almost
place."
thought you said the Ponderosa.
No.
What a restaurant when I was growing up.
We went to this place, and the pancakes are like, Grandpa said, don't order your normal 3-stack, 1 or maybe 2. They're the thick pancakes, and I'm like, they're nuts. There's a wall actually where you can sign and put your name on it if you complete the Fat Boy Challenge, the 20 minutes.
My.
I think
Wow.
Grandpa said he was there once when he saw someone do it and complete it,
And then an
Interesting.
ambulance came.
Throw
ambulance
up
came the
all
next
across
day.
the table.
Right, like
Not the greatest. You're ready. You look at me like you're
Caleb
ready to
is
say
thinking.
something.
Oh God, Caleb.
Not
is scaring me.
really. I was trying to look up how many people have ovophobia, the fear of eggs.
Okay.
I didn't find anything.
didn't.
Okay.
It may have been blocked by the computer because I was researching on the school computer, but I couldn't find anything.
But yeah,
Look it up, Kevin. Fear of eggs.
I'm not going.
I'll
to
try on my phone now.
Try looking it up.
Humpty
there.
Dumpty had a fear of being an egg.
Fear of
I-
eggs.
So today was tropical day.
Yeah,
Ovophobia.
Brielle
So
found it.
today was tropical day.
It
You're
sure was.
wearing your sand jam. Is that?
Oh
like
yeah,
a thing you
ovophobia.
like? Are
Yeah.
you
One of
okay?
them.
Well, actually, I'm gonna take a different approach to this. Are you like a beach mountain? What I know you're a ski type person, but are you?
Oh,
What's your
my knees
favorite type
hurt
of
just thinking about
vacation
skiing.
spot?
So, well, just in terms of, if I could set vacation aside as its own category, just in terms of summer, I'm very blessed. There's a place that I go during the summer that I've been going to since I was a kid. Thank you to my parents, and then really my dad's parents, those grandparents of mine. So it's kind of like a
Like a beach town?
generational. So we have a couple cottages at a lake. It's a private lake, great lake for water skiing and wakeboarding. So there's, ski boats and wakeboard boats on this lake. When you're out on the water in your boat, you could see Elk Mountain, like the ski resort, kind of as part of the backdrop. It's beautiful. So you're getting north in the state. It is northeast Pennsylvania, north of Scranton. So we have that where we spend our summers. But then I also go to the shore. So my husband grew up going down the shore, as we say in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Now his parents a while ago now sold their place in Margate. It was just too much for them to have that place and this, but they still spend tons of time down the shore. Just it's easier for them to rent now. And there's times that they want to go other places during the summer.
Yeah.
So if it's that whole like lake versus shore thing, I like being near water. I like
Yeah.
any kind of environment where there's boats, there's water.
Did you ever
need
take
that.
tropical vacations? Like, are you
Yes.
when you were younger? Like, I know a lot of people when they're
No.
younger they take a bunch of different vacations. Or was that something you did once you got?
I
older?
did that when I was older. So, but even to this day, I would say I'm a lake girl, like
Okay.
the lake and the mountains. I'm a country girl, but I got married in the Caribbean in 2007
Wait,
in
which-
St. Thomas.
Oh my gosh, I love St. Thomas.
It's
Brielle is like my
gorgeous.
resident island person.
Yeah,
She's
I-
been like all over the place.
all over the
island
place.
wise.
So I've been to St. Thomas twice. We went back a year later.
Wait a minute.
So
wait a minute. You're a destination wedding
we
person?
did it. Yeah, we never planned on doing a
Wow.
destination wedding.
I feel like aren't destination weddings annoying for everyone else involved that's not you?
They
I
can
think
be.
they
They
can be.
can be. Like my mom, her wedding was like 2.5 hours away. It wasn't a bad drive for like all of our family that
Right.
came.
That's
but-
pretty normal.
Yeah,
having
that's
to travel. Like
that wasn't bad. But if it's like a
Flying to the
5-hour
Caribbean.
Yeah. I mean that I can see how that could be like.
So
But it's worth it in the end, though.
I think we knew, like, the family and friends, they were all about it. It was like, this is permission to let yourselves also have an amazing time, because then it, like, everybody's on vacation. And it's funny, we actually did 2 weddings that summer. We did the Caribbean in June. And then about a month and a half later, we did a ceremony and got all dressed up again and did that at the lake property.
That's nice.
On the deck.
Aww.
So yeah,
Two ways
that
to
was
celebrate.
a celebratory summer.
And I
Summer
know
of 07.
you're a beach person.
I like the mountains and all. I like tubing. I hate skiing because I just don't like it. I've never liked it. It's fun
Tubing,
to watch.
hanging on for dear life.
Yeah,
Going
exactly.
over the waves. I love that.
And I love the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Love the Jersey Shore. I'm down there so much during the summer. Been doing that every year since I've existed.
Yep.
Now, if you're at the Jersey Shore, are you a ocean or bay Jersey Shore? Because
Ocean.
they're
Ocean.
two
I
different
love
things.
wave jumping, and I love those waves that like float that like they
Floaters.
don't crash.
Floaters.
Yeah, I love
Floaters.
those. And I love boogie boarding and all that stuff. It's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for setting up on the beach and being in the sun, but also we always have some sort of tent or umbrella situation.
every single
'cause
time, yeah.
I
can't-
need some reprieve. I need
Yeah.
to be able to get into the shade.
I'll get sick if I'm in the sun
Yeah.
for like too long. I can't.
But and then a friend of ours that has a place at the shore also has a beautiful boat. So when we take that, we're in the bay and in the channel.
The bay's nice though.
We're lucky. I know that
I
I'm
am
lucky. I am blessed, whatever term you want to use. And but I am filled with gratitude. So
Yes.
sometimes I don't like talking about it because I don't want to seem
No, I get that. I get that.
pretentious. Oh,
Yeah.
and then I'll get back to your question about did I ever go anywhere tropical as a kid, and I can talk about
I want
blue
to
co-
jump.
like
I want
a-
to jump back to that too.
Yeah.
not the most income household, so I never went anywhere tropical. But Caleb,
No, I know Caleb is bay
Yeah.
oriented, and you can explain
okay,
it.
you're feeling strong about this.
I
Wow.
really like kayaking, swimming in the bay.
yes.
I do
Doesn't
like
it help?
that.
Not a big beach person, but if I am on the beach, I am a hole digger.
I love it.
I don't
Okay.
like.
Oh
I
wow.
don't do anything else. I will just sit there and dig a hole the entire time we're at the beach.
I love that.
I like the beach game when you're on the beach, and me and Lori would play this. My sister Lori would play this a lot. When you try to like you sit at the edge of the water, and you try to like make a little castle or whatever, and then try to prevent it from the water coming up.
You dig a big like hole.
Yeah, you
trench
dig a
around
big
it
hole
and
around it,
Try
yeah.
to stop the water, and the
Mhm.
water will always win because the tide will always win.
It's
Tide
like
always
Vegas.
But
the tide is
and
like
the best
Vegas.
part
It
is
will always win.
the best part is you come back the next day and you can just start all over again
Love
because
that.
it's the same. It's
Mhm.
the same spot. It's all gone except
That
if you,
positive
Wait, I
mind.
have a
except if
question
you
for you
dig a
two.
massive hole and then it'll be there.
You have
the
to
next day.
manually fill that back in.
I have a question. Did you guys do this thing when you were, I don't know, when you were at the beach with like the wet sand and you used to take
Yes,
like little
I did
drops
do
of the
that.
wet
That's so
sand
fun.
and you used to like make like little towers? Me and my cousins, when I was like super little, used to do it as like right by the water. We would see how tall we could make it
Yeah.
before it like fell over.
And then the wave would come and destroy it.
Exactly.
Like
That's
everything.
actually really nice if you're building sandcastles.
I was never into the
Like doing
sand
that
castles.
drizzle
Like
stuff
I never.
makes it look really cool.
I was into the burying people.
Oh, yeah. My son likes that. Yeah.
Dad would always dig like trenches and little tunnel systems for us, like in the sand. When you're little and you're looking at it, you're like, whoa, it's really tall. When really it's not
It's
that deep.
right. Like
But,
a
like,
foot or two
He
deep.
would get up. Dad would get up, and I always say like, great for him. Like always nice from his perspective. He would get up and give us something that would occupy us for the day of us running. The other thing me and Lori used to play was like restaurant or whatever.
Okay.
So
Oh
at
my-
the beach,
yes!
Mom and Dad would be under the tent, and we would have the boogie boards from the beach house, and we would put all the stuff on the or make an order and say like, Mom, what do you want? What's your appetizer? And then we go back to the kitchen, which is in
Aw,
our fort
I
area.
love that.
That's how
Keeping kids occupied at the beach is a Is
Oh
an
my
art
gosh.
form.
Yeah, I
But
remember.
you go down to these core things. You have the restaurant, you have the little thing. Then
Yeah,
you have the water activity.
My sister and I used to do like ice cream shop when we were younger, and we
Yeah.
used to carry the big like sand, like whatever they call it, that makes like the sandcastle things.
Just those little buckets.
Bucket.
Yeah,
The bucket. Yeah,
Bucket.
bucket.
That vocab word. That's sadly
You at least think
That's
of the
sadly
word.
our word.
I just blurt out letters
Was
to
that
hope I
on
get that.
Mendine? Bucket.
Yeah, we used to ask my parents, like, and this was when we were real little, like what flavors, and then we would get a whole thing of just whatever sand and hand it to them.
Delicious.
Exactly. Wait, did you guys ever try to pick up, I don't know, whatever shells that you found like in the ocean that had like animals in them?
I mean,
Because my sister used to do that. She used to take a big thing of wet sand.
Elliot gets hermit crabs, like the little
Yeah,
It depends on the beach.
or
you're
the
on.
clam,
or sand
like
crabs or whatever.
yeah, or the big like, and you used to pull them out of the sand. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
like
done
little.
all that stuff.
The
Yeah.
little ones. The little ones.
The ones in the
that
shells where you have to
Yeah,
pry it open.
those,
Yeah.
those little tiny ones.
Mhm.
And it just feels like they're dead 2 seconds later once you're in the air for too long. Do you know what they're called, Guild? Or
No,
no?
I don't know off the top of my head.
We can ask Siri.
Yeah.
the way you're sitting.
Siri
in that,
is our other guest this evening.
the way you're sitting in that chair. It's like you lean back, and then all of a sudden, I think you have something important to say when you come up close to the microphone.
He does. The posture, the facial expression.
The whole.
It looks like Caleb is about to reveal the secret to life.
Yeah, Caleb, what's your secret?
I actually do have something to share. So,
Uh-oh.
Okay.
one of the stories that my parents, no, I don't remember this, but apparently we were on a beach and I always liked making like water work. So you get water from the lake, ocean, whatever. You take it up to the top, you dig like trenches and lead it back, fill up some holes along the way. And apparently, like one time we were on the beach and I just got like a ton of adults to bring the water back up. Some of them to like help dig the holes. And I am like 4 years old.
Now that is, Kevin, that is where we would use the word delegating. He was delegating,
The work to everyone
not
else.
designating.
Yeah.
He was delegating.
Yeah.
Why don't I think
Yeah, Kev, keep
why
it
do
on
I
your
not
membies.
know if I've heard that before?
You probably have.
I probably have, but like that seems something like Caleb would do.
Getting everybody else to do the work.
We need a
Toddler,
like we were talking about earlier. We need a video of Caleb being a little kid. You bring up the water. You bring up the water.
So I also have hose buckets where it's a bucket, but there's a hole in it that like has this little spout on it. And one of the other things I liked on a lake, like think like surfboard type thing, where I would put the bucket off the back of it and incredibly inefficiently it would actually like push it forward a little bit.
Incredibly inefficient.
Incredibly inefficiently, but I also had 3 of them.
It's like, I mean, some boats you'll see they'll have like
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
Mercury motors or
Yeah.
Yamahas or
Oh, boy.
like
I could have 3 hose buckets.
I love that. How many horsepower is that? Like,
And the other, like, that's a big thing of going to the beach is getting your. Now, what is your thing when you go to the beach and you have to eat because you're there the whole day?
Ooh.
What is like you go to the beach and you're eating, but how do you eat on the beach? Do you have to protect it? Like the seagulls are nightmarish.
I
To deal
hate
with.
seagulls
yeah.
so much. One time, I think when I was younger, I could be totally making this up, but I feel like I would remember. I feel like I wouldn't be able to explain it if I didn't remember. But I remember I was eating like a sandwich, and the seagull just was like, "Ah!"
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and it just swoops in, takes my sandwich. That's
it's
it.
gone.
They
Gone.
They're aggressive.
Especially at the Jersey Shore, they do not care. They took a whole bite out of my cousin's ice cream cone.
yeah, they'll take just about anything. So yeah, we've had to teach Elliot, and
Don't-
then also my niece and nephew. Yeah, like
yeah, like keep it guarded, keep
Be-
it protected.
and go
Cognizant
under the
of it.
umbrella or go into the tent.
Or under the,
And then, you know, or like kind of put a towel over your head or just like take a bite of your sandwich and then immediately put it back
Yeah.
under your towel
those
if you're not ready
seagulls-
for your next bite.
and your next bite after doing that 99%
Or I
of
just-
the time is crunchy
Right.
from the sand.
Sand.
From the towel,
Oh my
or-
gosh.
Um,
Am I the one who screeches at the seagull's back?
Okay, that's a strategy. I like that. I'm sure you're not. But I will say, just as long as we're talking about food on the beach, I mean, we often, I'm at that age where it's like, let's think. Let's be financially responsible. We're not going to pay for everything. Although sometimes if I'm on a vacation or like when I go to an Eagles game, it's like everything's so overpriced. It's
so, especially at the Eagles games.
But I will just be like, you know what? It's part of the experience. So I'm going to do it. But of course, like spending the day on the beach, like a cooler with like just like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or like turkey and cheese and snacks and whatever.
Ice cream from the ice cream cart.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll buy Elliot and myself and my husband. We'll get ice cream when the guy goes by.
The chipwiches.
But I will say this. One of the best things, and like I said, sometimes things just taste better in different environments.
Yes.
A slice of pizza on the beach as it's getting near sunset.
I am like that, but on the boardwalk.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
The 6 o'clock slice on the beach when everybody else left.
Mine is always
the pizza tastes better.
Mine is always the peanut butter sandwich with I put
my
potato
favorite
chips on it.
Okay.
And you put
Elvis Presley. Oh no, he did banana.
Peanut butter sandwich with potato chips is the go-to, like in the car. Like there's something that tastes different of just having it on the counter for lunch. But if you have it on the road, there's something different. It just is better for some reason.
That's how I am with the chipwiches. Which
okay.
Cookie. Oh my gosh, that's my everything. And when I'm just sitting there in the sun, like I'm not in the sun, but it's like I'm covered by the umbrella and I'm just sitting there, like leaning back. I'm just eating it
like a chipwich at your house.
Yes.
Great. Your taste buds ain't mad at you.
No,
but like on the beach in the July heat.
I'm not complaining.
Every
That's
once in
the
a while,
best.
there's a crunch because it's sand.
The taste buds are doing a whole like river dance. I mean,
yes, because it's so hot and then it's so cold. It's fresh out of the cooler.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
I might hit up a diner after this.
I know.
I might do breakfast for dinner. Actually, my kid loves breakfast for dinner, so
wow.
There might be some waffles in the house.
I have a way to wrap this into the final topic I want to talk about, but go ahead.
So, Jess, I feel like we have to mention the sand at the beach is so annoying.
Oh my god.
So you're all talking about eating, okay?
It doesn't taste good to bite down into the sand.
That's true.
Yes, I'm
Unless
not
it's in a
a
sandwich.
full day beach person.
Okay, that's fair.
I hate eating on the beach at all. Like,
it's a hassle.
Un-American.
It's
go on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing you.
It's a hassle. It's a hassle.
So, I, in October, went camping at Assateague.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, geez.
beach. So,
If
a
anyone doesn't
really
know what
windy
that
storm
is,
coming.
Explain what
It's a horse beach.
Sure. So, Barrier Island, where you literally camp, like, on sand. Okay, horses around, and there was a big storm coming. We ended up leaving early. But the point of it all is the sand is so annoying with all of that to be able to get it all off the tent and stuff. And I went to put on my shoes that I wore on that trip a week or so ago, and there's still sand in them.
Yes.
Sand doesn't go anywhere.
No.
That's the problem.
It stays in your shoes from like 9 months ago.
I will say this. So back to the whole like, lake, the lake house versus the shore. I'm such a, if somebody made me choose, but I'm more spoiled than month-old milk at this point. Like I don't want to choose. I want both my water venues, but I would always go lake. I'm just a lake girl through and through. And there's people that don't like the lake for my feet. When you get into the lake, maybe the bottom is
rocky,
but it doesn't hurt. And then in other parts, it might be a little mushy or a little seaweed got on your leg, and that freaks people out, but not me. But anyway, I digress. When I was younger and going to the beach, I hated the sand. Like I just
when the sand gets all over the towel and you're trying to dry yourself off.
And I don't think I was a kid that had like texture issues and sensitive to any, but like I just I didn't like that. It's not like I couldn't walk in the sand. I just was like, the sand gets everywhere. It's in my hair. It's this, that. It's in my swimsuit. It's in my sandwich. It's what it's. I don't know.
And it's still there like 5 months later.
Right. I don't know when the switch happened, but there came a point where I just, not only do I not mind the sand, but I like, I'm sitting there in my beach chair and the sand in my toes and all this. And if some is sticking to my arm because my sunblock is on and the sand is on the skin.
I hate when
I don't mind it
hate that.
anymore, but I will say this. I am grateful. Not only do I love the career that I chose, and I firmly believe in my heart, I was meant to do this. I was meant to be a teacher. I love it. I love coming to work. I did not become a teacher to get the summer off. I did not. That is not why I became a teacher. But I do have the summer off. And I think subconsciously, maybe, because I can't make sense of like, why do I now love the sand? I think because when I'm at the beach, it's this reminder of I get to relax. I have a break. If my feet are in this sand and this sand is sticking to my legs or my arms.
It's not the worst of my problems.
It's not the worst of my problem, right? First world problems. And how lucky am I to have sand stuck on my arms, and because I'm relaxing at the beach.
Exactly.
Not for, somebody that's fighting in a war and they're in the desert and there's sand on them.
Yeah, like there are much bigger things to be worried about.
I am lounging at the beach, and it's just, so I don't know if that's what happened with it. However, I'm in agreement that actually just the other day I took my car through the car wash and was using a high power vacuum, and I'm like, oh my word, there's still grains of sand in the back of my SUV.
There's still some in the trunk of my dad's car, even
sand
now.
And glitter don't go away.
That's so
no.
the devil's business.
Glitter's banned from my dad's house. It's not allowed.
Devil is the glitter is the devil's business.
No, if my dad even senses there's any kind of glitter, he will not let you cross the threshold until that's gone.
Not allowed in the household.
So the final thing I wanted to get to, and you kind of wrapped it, you kind of brought it to, me missing words again. Kind of wrapped it into what we were talking about with the beach, was talking about food and stadiums and sports, and I wanted to finish with the Phillies because...
His segue? The word you were looking
yes,
for?
segue is the word I was looking for.
It's not just a thing you ride around in Florida.
But no, yeah.
I'm such a dork. Why did you guys invite me? I love
Maybe
it.
for the reason of you being a dork.
I love it. I love it. I love it. But
anyway,
go on.
So,
Okay.
I'm fine. So one of the things you brought up was food at stadiums.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things for the Phillies games, if you go to so many Phillies games in a year, you buy so much of the stuff that's, number one, Phillies of the baseball stadiums I've been to, not the best food of all time.
I
compared
love
to San Diego and Atlanta and
Wrigley Field.
Those other
They have
places.
some-
I want to
have
visit
better
Wrigley
food.
at some point.
Even Washington, the stadium was awful, but the food was pretty good. So the food is there's just more options at other places. Philadelphia just doesn't have enough options for if you don't like the base options, there's not much other options to go to, which is
crab fries. If you don't like crab fries,
Right.
where you then
how do you not like crab fries?
I don't like crab fries, but you have to to go.
Un-American.
I can't believe you, Kevin.
Philadelphia.
Very, very picky eater. Very, very picky eater. So not going to get into that right now. But
Oh my god.
basically, you can in the Philly stadium you can bring in food. So
You just have to do it in
you
a clear
can.
bag.
Yeah, so you can stop at Wawa before, and you can bring those chips or whatever. You can bring them into the stadium. It's a nice tip if you go to say you're a season ticket holder. I'm not a season ticket holder, but say you are,
God,
and
I
you go
wish I
down to
was.
the game 12 times a year. I'm not spending that much money if I'm already on a cheaper deal. I'm
Right.
on for a cheaper game. I'm
Right.
going down there and I'm not spending all the money for dinner. I'm either eating before or bringing my food into
Kevin,
the stadium.
I want to go back to something things that kind of hit different when you're eating them at different places. Ice cream, in the
Ice cream in
Phillies
the Phillies
hats.
cup.
Oh yeah, the little.
Oh
helmet
my
ice
gosh,
cream.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time, the chocolate ice cream. We actually have a collection now of the little hats because my sister.
It's probably just Breyer's ice cream from the grocery store, but you're oh my god.
No,
Hey,
it's
it
the
just hits
soft
different when
serve.
it's
the soft serve.
a hot evening. and
Turkey
it's
Hill.
Oh yeah, it might be
at
turkey. Oh, I like a
Citizens
Turkey Hill ice
Bank.
cream. And if the Phils are winning,
And they
it
just-
also tastes better.
Yeah, and Schwarber just hit a Schwar bomb. Like, it's just
And
so
you got
much
his
better.
cup. They're actually debuted.
I have his cup too.
They debuted for this season. I think they said there's 7 cups, 7 different lids you can get.
Oh, these refillable.
No. The cups, like the lids for the ice cream.
Okay.
So because
gotcha.
they have the All-Star game there this year, so they're gonna they have a bunch of
Oh yeah, I forgot.
those different ones.
Okay.
But, yeah, what I was gonna get to baseball wise, that starts technically tomorrow with a dumb game that's played earlier than everything else.
Phillies start Thursday.
Phillies
though.
start Thursday against the Texas Rangers, and people, I don't know if the people that listen to this are the same people that listen to my Phillies podcast, but some of them are. And just like, I know you're a sports fan.
Love my Phillies, my Eagles.
You have a favorite like player moment, Phillies moment in your life?
Ooh.
I do, like it. I'll be honest. Sometimes it gets difficult for me to get behind some of these players. I'm a JT Realmuto fan.
Oh, I love JT.
You know, he is not the most reliable at the plate.
Double play.
But he's a good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like in the batter's box. Like
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's not
he's
like
a good
the man-
catcher.
Yeah, it's not like the man can't hit the ball, but I appreciate his defense. I appreciate him as a
Oh my
catcher,
gosh,
and that's
absolutely.
where it's so valuable. You know what? Maybe we need to get Caleb to do some research, because I will say this. So I grew up, in the 80s and 90s. Like I grew up, I watched Mike Schmidt play.
Oh my gosh, lucky.
And so I always like watching Schmitty play. I cried in 1993 watching the World Series when Mitch Wild Thing Williams threw that pitch and Joe Carter just knocked it out of the park and we lost. And I was in tears. But I don't know. I love that 93 Phillies team. Oh my God, off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. There was John Kruk.
John Kruk.
Darren,
Wow.
Darren Dalton, rest
there
in
were
peace.
some
Touch.
characters.
Yeah. Oh, there were characters. Yeah. Lenny Dykstra. I think he's been arrested a number of times. I think he's not doing great. I think, but what a player!
Pete Rose
Lenny
wasn't on
Dykstra.
that team, right?
No, Pete Rose was
before
Yeah, I
before
was
that
gonna
time.
say, yeah.
But he's a person.
Mickey Morandini.
He does so much with the team now.
He does a lot with the team. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mariano Duncan. I think Dave Hollins was on that team as the third baseman.
I think, yeah, I think
But
so.
that
if I think about that
93 team, I loved that team. So I grew up watching Darren Dalton as the catcher. Like he's the catcher of my growing up.
Yeah.
Um,
For me, it's like,
me
it's
too.
kind of like.
I'd be
JT,
interested
yeah.
to know, what was Darren Dalton's career batting average?
Or numbers.
Caleb's got a laptop here.
Oh yeah, hon. This will be real
Securely might
quick.
block it. I don't know.
No, it's not.
What was Darren Dalton's batting average? And then what's JT Realmuto's?
Dalton's career batting average is 245.
Okay, so not like, I mean, that's a respectable batting average.
Yeah. And then
Like 250 is like a respectable, like.
Yeah. Respectable.
Yeah, he had a career OPS plus of 114.
Okay.
Which that's pretty good. JT's career batting average is 270.
Yeah.
Okay,
JT's
so
a better hitter, is known as being a fairly, in catchers, a good hitting catcher.
Okay.
He's known for that.
JT
Okay.
has also hit 43 more home runs.
Okay. Yeah.
How many years is that for Dalton, and how is it for
Oh, good.
Realmuto?
You're right. Like how
That-
many years?
Dalton is
that brings
14 years.
And JT so far.
JT since 2012. So 14 years. Or
and
13
so
years
JT
plus.
So JT's gonna have more years.
Yeah.
By the end of it.
But at least right now,
Yeah.
the stats are commensurate. So,
Yeah.
But in terms of right now, a favorite, like I think JT is like a good, just representative of our team in terms of, as crazy and wackadoo as I am in athletics, a lot of times
Like it's straightforward.
I
kinda?
like a player that doesn't need to be flashy and sassy and arrogant.
I can appreciate a player like that, although I do enjoy when some players have a bit more of a personality.
But Right.
But it gets to a point though.
But
Harper,
Brandon
Marsh.
Brandon Marsh with the
I
hair.
love Brandon Marsh.
And oh my God, wait, I just totally blanked.
I said Harper with all of his
with
stuff
their
on.
I don't like
their
you,
greasy
Kevin.
hair and the
It's Marsh.
Yeah, Marsh
Strom.
and
I love Brandon
Strom
Marsh.
was there last year.
yeah.
But he's not here anymore. So
Like Bryce Harper, he's one of those people like in
I
the
love
past
Bryce.
however many years. Like I'm not upset that he's on the Phillies. He is
7 years, I think it's been
he's
now.
one of the best players in baseball.
Mhm. Like he's been in the MVP race
Right.
for not this past year, but there were a few
Got
years.
us both to turn out.
I'm saying there was a few years in a row where he was.
Yeah, and
Was.
I'm not like
So are you a like this?
Are
you a pitching or hitting type person? Like,
I-
what do you like watching?
I
when you're
get
watching
more
a game?
excited about
hitting
hitting.
person.
Okay.
and great defensive plays. I appreciate good pitching,
But
I get more geeked up
So
over
you're not the one that's at the game where it's 12 strikeouts and enjoying life.
I would enjoy it, but not as much as like diving plays.
Yeah,
by an
like
outfielder,
400
Alec
right
Boehm
home runs.
hitting a 3-run
Right.
homer. Like
or like Bryson Stott turning a great double play. That
I
looked
actually-
like- I mean,
I actually called it that night when he hit the grand slam. I told my dad, I was like, I have a feeling Stotts could do something tonight, like
I
hit a
love
grand
that.
slam. And mind you, this was before I was even watching the game. And then I was like, wait, what? I totally called it.
Now, if
And it was just random.
I love it.
Now, if you're a hitting person, you like the hits and plays stuff. Are you a home run or gap shot double type person?
Ooh, this is a great
Ooh.
question.
Because
Ooh.
this is kind of what the style of baseball you like watching. Are you the 450 or
Listen.
the doubles down the lines?
Listen, I love a Schwarbomb. Okay, like when big old John Kruk would be up at the plate. If I want to reference my '93 Phillies, when he went yard, who doesn't love a home run? But it's interesting you bring up that question because my son, Elliot's watching the game with us, and he's always like, "I hope so and so hits a home run." He actually has, and by the way, he's given up Little League, but loves watching baseball and watching the Phillies. But, of course, he's a kid. He'll say things like, "Oh, we got to get a home run here." And I'll say, no, we need a nice base hit. And
Keep
I
the line moving.
always say to
Bases are
him,
fun when they hit it through the gap, and it's like a.
and I always say, base hits win games. Singles win games.
And they're
Single after
so
single
fun to
after
watch.
single.
I personally don't
Make
have
the
a
defense
preference.
work.
Singles and doubles.
Put the ball in play.
Put the ball in play.
Yeah, like
Um,
I don't really have a preference. I think
singles
both
and
of them are
doubles
fun.
win games. So I like those fundamentals. Quit trying to swing for the fences. Get me a hit.
Yeah,
because
just-
there's too many high-paid players on the team that seem to have choked when it comes to the playoff
Mhm.
games, and it's like
Like
because they're
swinging
because
at
they're
all the
swinging
at the
outside
fences.
pitches.
they're at the home run derby again. It's like so.
You're not. The home run derby will be here this year, but not for you, or not for half of the players on our team.
Right.
Are you a home run all-star game wise? And this will
I-
kind of wrap us
I
up. Like,
typically
do you
don't-
watch it, or for this year especially, it'll be here, so like people will probably watch it
I'm
a lot.
more apt to watch it.
Are you home run derby or all-star game?
I think, that's a good one. I don't really set aside time to watch those things. Whereas interesting, and here's what's interesting. Of all the traditional sports, like team sports, because I'm of course
Football, basketball,
because I
hockey.
like mountain biking and snowboarding and skiing and wakeboarding and all that stuff. But in terms of the traditional sports, football, baseball, basketball, ice hockey, whatever. Baseball's my favorite, and then football's like right there. And then lower, but because I don't understand it as much or
Hockey?
just ice hockey. Yeah,
And
hockey for
basketball's
sure.
like lower tier.
Basketball's low, but I'll get excited about basketball if the Sixers are in it or whatever. But I will say this, the home run derby and the all-star game, those are, I won't turn them off if somebody's flicking through and it's on, like I'll watch it, but it's not like, I need to go out of my way to make sure I see that.
That's understandable.
What I will watch, and it's if I'm ranking the sports, hockey's my third. I will
Yeah.
watch when it's the Winter Classic and they're going to play a game
Oh my gosh,
outside.
my mom and stepdad went to that
Love
to
the
that
Winter
game.
Classic.
Yeah,
The Winter Classic like the way they had the Winter Classic this year in Tampa. Like, please don't,
Well,
please
yeah,
don't,
what?
please don't destroy the Winter Classic
That
by putting
does
it in
destroy
Tampa.
the Winter Classic.
It-
It needs to be like you need to
Outside,
be in the
winter.
nasty elements. Yeah,
Winter Classic.
Yeah.
Outside.
hence
in
the
winter.
name Winter Classic.
correct.
For this year with the All-Star
Not
game.
Winter Park, Florida.
No.
Yeah, not
Like
snow's gonna melt in 5 minutes, Florida.
like for this year for the All-Star game, for it being in Philly, I feel like it'll get a lot of people just to turn it on in this area to be. And that's what happens when you host an All-Star game or a
Right.
draft or that type of
Right.
stuff. Like if you don't normally turn on the NFL draft, this year's in Pittsburgh, I think.
yeah,
I
I wonder if my
you
stepdad's
don't
going to that.
if you don't normally turn on, you turn it on because you know it's your city or whatever,
Right.
that type of thing. So I know this year I'll probably get a lot of people to watch it. Some people will watch Home Run Derby and be like, huh? What am I watching? Also, where am I supposed to find the Home Run Derby? It's on Netflix.
I
this
feel
year.
like I'd be more.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
I'd probably be more interested though in Home Run Derby though versus the All Star game.
So if you had to buy a ticket this year to one of those two events, the Home Run Derby All-Star game, I would say the Home Run Derby.
yeah, I would say home run.
It would be a lot. Like that's got to be fun to watch in person.
It's at least just the mood that I'm in right now. You know.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Any final thing, Caleb, that I didn't hit on that you wanted to hit on?
Just what are your expectations for the Phillies this year, particularly with Harper and Crawford and Painter?
Do you know those players?
I was just
we were
going to
talking
say,
about it
who
today.
did we recently? Yeah, the next two names that I because I actually
Because you were
said to
talking in the
after
hallway
class,
that I was going to embarrass her
I
by
said
knowing names.
I've actually not been up on who we're looking to sign or who we maybe have signed or trading for. So
Caleb,
you-
baseball genius. Go ahead.
but regarding Harper, I don't know why I'm getting nervous about him.
I think a
We
lot
are
of
too.
general population people that don't pay attention that much are actually starting to get nervous.
I think he's so skilled. I know he's considered an older player, as far as pro athletes go.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Not old,
it's not
but-
like I think he doesn't have the skills or I don't know if he's a player that gets in his own head or what's going on, but I'm not as, I can't, I don't exactly have like stats to back this up, but I don't know why. I'm just a little nervous about
Yeah.
the future of Bryce Harper.
7 more years or whatever. Is it a 14-year deal or 11? He wants an extension, so it's gonna.
But the other, I had
totally.
sports radio on my way to work today and yesterday, and there was some talk about Phillies and like what's going to happen with Bohm or what are they doing. So I think you need to educate me though on who have we acquired or who's.
Go ahead, Caleb. This could be
So-
a general to anybody who listens to this podcast knowing baseball's coming up that doesn't listen to my Phillies podcast. Go ahead, Caleb.
So this year, Phillies signed Adolis Garcia, who has had like struggles in the outfield, came over from the Rangers. Bader walked. Ranger Suarez is not back.
I knew that. Yeah. And where did Bader go?
Bader went to the San Francisco
yeah.
Giants.
Okay.
Giants, yeah.
So the
Segment.
big deal this year is prospects. So Andrew Painter, Phillies' top pitching prospect, has been a top prospect in the organization for a long time. Coming back from Tommy John, had a 5 ERA in the minors last year. He is going to be in the starting rotation for the Phillies to start the year.
But 5 ERA in the minors last year, he's done better than that in the past.
Yes, and he did better than that this spring.
Yes.
Justin Crawford is looking to be the starting center fielder.
Okay.
So he is another top prospect, really fast, decent defensively, high batting average in the minors, but hits a lot of ground balls.
Okay.
So it will be interesting to see what they're able to contribute.
He will bat 9th for the team. They've said that already.
You know what? This might be what I heard on
WIP
Talk Radio.
or
Yeah, I think it was
97.5.
WIP. One of them, maybe it was this morning. Those two guys you mentioned, right? They're both minor league players.
Both two
That's
of the Phillies'
prospects,
three
yeah.
top
Or
prospects.
Yeah.
That's what one of the things they talked about. And I don't have a very long drive to work, so I didn't really get to
Get
hear
deep into their
much.
minds, yeah.
But one of the guys, one of the broadcasters was saying, like, what is it with the Phillies? it's almost as if they feel like they need to get minor league guys on the roster. Like that might be who they were talking about. And it's like, what's their deal with this? And I just remember thinking as I'm driving along, like, good point. I don't really know anything about that. Like, are the Phillies known for doing that? Like,
So
They're known for bringing up guys too late.
the last set of significant prospects that came up were Alec Bohm and Bryson Stott.
okay.
So it has been a
while.
while.
Okay.
So these are the names that you might be saying 2 or 3 years down the line. These are the new Bohm Stott names.
Okay.
Or they could be better. Like
Yes.
Painter has a really high ceiling of he could be a star pitcher.
Painter's kind of like when Nola came up
Okay.
with the Phillies, like a guy who just came up just with the Phillies, or
Aaron
Cole
Nola.
Hamels.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels type like comes up,
Cole Hamels.
but a little bit faster velocity wise than those two.
Okay.
Hoff, didn't you go to the second to last game of like the Phillies World Series?
In 2008, I was at the winning game. I was at
winning
game 5,
game. Yeah.
but it took
2 days.
It happened over the span of, it took 2 separate days to play game 5, and they weren't back-to-back days. So we went to game 5, and ultimately during the game, you might need to look this up, what inning it happened. I feel like it was
it the sixth?
sixth inning
I think
or
it might have been
something.
the
It
sixth
was,
inning.
and
It rained.
it more than rained. It was like freezing rain, like painful. It wasn't, I forget if it hailed. If it wasn't hail,
Sixth inning.
Sixth inning. Okay.
Were you upper
Yeah,
deck
I don't know
seating?
why I always remember
Yeah,
that.
I was upper deck seating on the first base side. Yeah. It was like 200 level.
Okay.
If it wasn't hail, it was like painful freezing rain and bad nasty winds, like as in you can't play in this.
And you don't want to be there.
You can't play. So they brought everybody in like undercover, covered the field and everything. And it's like, you're waiting.
It's
and
a World Series. You're trying to wait.
It's a World Series. You're trying to wait. And then it was just, I'm sure based on what they could see on the radar.
Wasn't going to get better.
Yeah. We didn't wait as long as we would have in Caleb's imaginary line, hypothetical line at the start of the podcast. But we waited a pretty darn long time, but eventually they called it. And I don't remember it being a horrible long wait, but
Were we
so then the
winning when that
next
got
day,
pulled?
so they had to just like, okay, we got to postpone the remainder of the game. They could not play it the next day because the weather was still atrocious, like unsafe for.
I thought it was the next day.
Look that up. See if my memories. I know I'm getting old, but so
were we winning when the game was postponed? Do you remember that?
I think we were winning,
Okay,
but it was the following day that.
like 2 days later.
Yeah, it was. There was a calm in the air, and
You didn't.
my
go
husband
back,
and
or-
I and our friends that we went with were like, let's replicate. So talk about Philly superstition. You know, the Philadelphians get superstitious. We're like, we need to go back to the Palladium, which is like near Chickies and Pete's. It's a like little side, like family bar, like great hot wings. We're like, we got to go back there and eat there again for good luck and all this. And I remember saying to our group, like, if we win, is this going to feel anticlimactic? Because it's just weird. Like, we're going to resume the game with the scoreboard reset to where it was. They put the same guy back on. I think we had a guy on second base. Like, and just my friends, just everybody turned to me. They're like, no, if we win, it's not going to matter that the game.
No, it's still gonna feel great. Like,
and it did. It was
you go?
amazing.
You
Oh my
were
gosh.
so you went back the next day, or did
Yeah, so I was your ticket was still good. I
Okay.
mean, you didn't have to buy a separate ticket. It was technically the same game.
So you did go back.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
So when this game was suspended, it was tied 2-2 and
Ooh.
restarted 2 days later. So
There- okay.
it restarted on the 29th. The game was originally suspended on the 27th.
That sounds
Wow.
right.
That is.
Did we have a guy on second base?
I don't know.
Ah,
that.
I thought Siri would know, or Audra, or whoever she is. But anyway, what a memory for me. That was amazing.
That's
Okay.
That's a pretty good
Sounds
Phillies
it.
memory.
That was
That's
amazing. Do we
that's a-
end on that?
I was technically
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
That's my bragging right.
You
But
were technically
but I
alive
was in my
2008.
I was in my mom's stomach though.
Love it.
So I still had some existence.
You were already a Philly fan.
Exactly.
I
So
love
that
it.
I think will easily wrap us up. So Miss Hoffman, thank you for joining us. It was fun.
My pleasure. I would do
Thank
this
you.
again if you're allowed to have repeat guests, but I want I grew up where everybody gets a turn, so make sure other people get up here.
Well, the next one we have is I think after the week after spring break, Miss Joy will join us,
Love Kim Joy.
and then like in the following weeks, Miss Downer will be with us.
oh
So,
yes,
next
my girl,
two good
my
guests,
work bestie.
two good guests to come. Enjoy the Phillies on Thursday. Have a great one alongside Miss Hoffman, Caleb, and Brielle.
Bye.
Kevin, have a good one, and we'll see you soon.